Welcome to another episode of the Watch Me Wholesale Show. Here's how this works. I'm going to randomly select a market, then I'm going to go into that market and find a distressed property for sale, crunch the numbers, and call and make an offer. I'm going to be using Propwire to find the data. Now, if you've never heard of Propwire, it's the nation's largest database of distressed seller data with over 157 million records nationwide. Best of all, it's absolutely free to search and download as many properties as you want. Just go to joinpropwire.com to get started. Now, before we randomly pick a market, if you're new here, my name is Jerry Norton. I make millions of dollars a year wholesaling and flipping houses. And here on my YouTube channel, I show you how to do the same. So if you want to be a flipping genius like me and live your dream life, subscribe to my channel and watch my videos. Okay, let's jump over to my screen. I have 10 random markets chosen. We are going to spin the wheel and pick a market. Okay, Raleigh, North Carolina is the winner. Let's go find a deal.
I am recording.
Okay, let's jump over to Propwire and we're gonna type in Raleigh, North Carolina, and we are gonna go down to MLS active. I'm gonna pick single family and I'm gonna pick minimum 3-bedroom for now. All right, now I'm going to sort this for price and go, let's see, lowest to highest. And now if you're new to the show here, the way Propwire works is on the left, you see a map. If I run my mouse over the little dots, it'll show me, a little box of the property. On the right is each individual property. There's 563 for us to look at here. And as I scroll down through these properties, each one of these records or cards gives me a little bit of information, tells me if it's like what else is going on, absentee owner, high equity. So you can get a little bit more information out of these. And you can start at the top and kind of work your way down is one strategy to do. And so then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to choose one of these. So if I click on it, it's going to open up that property. It shows me a picture of the house. Sometimes it'll give me a lot more information. This one's not. If I go to owner, it tells me a little bit more as well. So this seller right now owns 5 properties, but he owns them in his personal name. So he's probably like a mom and pop operator. And these look like they're all sort of close by in the area. So that's kind of helpful. Looks like this might be a rental property is my guess, because he was also an absentee owner is what it said on the record. So next I'm going to go to history and just kind of try to get my head around what he did here. So it looks like he bought this back in 2013 for 122, and he's been on the market for a little while here. The agent is Bo Wynn, so we might come back to that. Looks like probably has a mortgage on this. Maybe not, but it looks like he had one back a little while ago. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and comp this property. And when I go to my comp feature, I'm going to go ahead and zoom out a little bit. And it looks like we're more rural here, spread out a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and draw, and I'm going to create my area that I want to comp. And I'm just going to stick over to kind of this main area where these major roads are. And something like that. There we go. So I'm going to look at comps just inside this section here between these major roads. And we're going out. Right now I've got it down at, about a year out, but I'm also going to go ahead and put this at 30% plus or minus on the square footage. So I don't look at anything too big. And I've got lots of data here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to price per square foot. And I'm looking for the highest sold price per square foot. And the reason why is because the highest ones would be ARV, right? These would be retail that sold at the highest price point. And so it looks to me like, up there in the high 2s is where we want to be. So I'm going to go ahead now and click on everything. Since I have a lot of data, I'm going to go back to 6 months and see if that shortens it up. Yeah, so that's a little better because I just had a ton of data to look at. So I'm going to click on this 288 a foot. This one's 274 a foot, 206, 136, 176, 220. I'll grab this 251. Really anything over 250 maybe 245. I'll grab that one. Well, here's a bunch of 230s, so maybe I'll grab some 230s. 234, 230, 266. There's a good one. And let's see if there's any others. 251, I'll grab that one. So I got a bunch of comps here bringing me in around, looks like around 293. So 293. So if I go to my deal analyzer, and we were, what were we again? 1164 on the square feet. So I'm going to put 1164 on the square feet on my deal analyzer. And again, we're trying to bring this in around 3, whatever it was. Maybe go check again, right down here, 293. So what this does is it takes the ones I checked, and then it's going to average those all out. It's going to take my price or my square footage of my deal, and it's going to recalculate the value based on the comps. So it's basically getting the average price per square foot, taking my square footage and multiplying it to get us to 293. So that's how that does that. And in my deal analyzer, by the way, I'll give this to you for free. Just go to mydealanalyzer.com to get this digital deal analyzer. But I want to get this up here to 393. So we're probably looking more like around 3, let's see. If I get this to 3, what is it, 393 or 290? 293, sorry. Let's go back down. This is more like 220, 250. There we go. So we're more like at around 252 a foot. Now I don't have any pictures on the inside that it's pulling up on Propwire. So I may go to some other website like realtor.com or Redfin and see if they have pictures. And I don't have any write-up either. So it's not pulling over the write-up on this as well. Looks like, you know, maybe it needs a roof, maybe it doesn't. It's hard to say. So if I don't know, I'm just going to go ahead and put a placeholder of like 40,000. And just because that's a typical rehab on something that's 1,100 square feet, assuming it's pretty clean. And I've got 9% for closing costs, 6% for carrying costs. That's going to cover all the fees to buy it and sell it, and financing. And then I've got it at a 15% profit, puts that at about a 44,000. I want to have about a $15,000 desired wholesale fee, which means I need to be buying this for 150,000. Now, what's interesting is our ARV of 293, they're listed at 299. So they're listed at full ARV, way overpriced. You know, I don't know why they would be priced that high, but that's very common. So at first glance, it's like, okay, probably a waste of time because I got to be at 150 and they're at almost they're at 300. I need to be half of their asking price for this to be a deal. Like the chances of me getting this are probably slim to none. Now that isn't unheard of. I've certainly bought properties at half of list price. So that has happened. I wish it happened more, but it has happened for me. So you just call, right? Like the point is just call and make the offer. Again, if anything, I'm going to create a relationship. So I'm more interested now in the relationship than the deal. If this was listed for like 175 and I'm at 150, okay, I'd be a little more excited. So not excited at all. My offer is going to be intrusively offensive probably if I were to make a 150 offer. But let's call right now and see what's going on. If we can draw some more information out of this, maybe there's something we can do. Maybe we can offer creative finance. Sometimes I'll offer creative finance if that makes sense. But let's just call and try to find out what's going on. And I am going to pull this up on like Redfin too and just see if I have any more visibility. But let's call this agent. In fact, I have to Google him because we did not get the system. Usually we're able to get the listing agent, but it's Bo Win with Trademark Residential. So what I'll often do is let's just go ahead and see if we can find this property. And if I Google this and I pull this up on like Redfin, yeah, we've got pictures on Redfin. It is active and 35 days on the market. And I'm looking for this guy, Bo Win. So if I Google Bo Win and I put him in, like a lot of times I can find him on like Redfin or somewhere. There he is. Here's Bo. And do we have a phone number anywhere? Yes. So let's see if we can get a hold of Bo. Give him a call. There's his listing right there. Real quick before we go, you can see there's stuff in here. And let's look at the description. Okay, tenants on a month-to-month. So you could tell here by these pictures that this is tenant occupied but super clean house. Like there's not much to do here. If I was going to flip this, maybe do like cabinets and counters, maybe some paint, but it's a really clean looking house, which is probably why they're at, full ARV value on their asking price. All right, so we got Bo's number. Let's give him a call and see if we can work out a deal. Yes, hello, is this Bo?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Bo. This is Jerry calling you about your listing on Wolf Trap.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm an investor looking for a property that I can fix and flip here in the area. Would this be a good candidate for that? I know there's tenants in it, looks like.
There are tenants in it.
What's the seller hope?
You probably don't want to pay what my seller wants.
Yeah, that is a problem too. I pay cash, right? I'm easy, convenient, buy as is. But I am looking for a deal that I can put some money into and then resell it.
Yeah, this probably won't meet that criteria. I've already had one person call me and said, "Well, I'm going to give you $225,000 for it, and it needs $60,000 worth of work." And I'm going like, and where did you get that information from? And he was just blowing smoke and wanting to get a good deal. So, of course, I took it to my sellers, and they just said, "I don't think we're going to do that."
Gotcha. Yeah.
So, I never turned down an opportunity to talk to someone, but a lot of times, even today, cash just means that you can shorten the deal, the time period, but doesn't necessarily mean it's good for the sellers. And of course, my seller's own the property outright, so it's not a monetary issue.
Why are they selling?
Because they've moved and they're moving all their rental properties to where they're living now.
Oh, I see. So they're just liquidating their portfolio here locally?
Yeah, they're just doing, 1031 exchanges.
Oh, I see. So they probably wouldn't be open to creative finance, like doing a seller carry?
Definitely not.
Yeah, they just want to get cashed out. The tenants, are those good tenants? Like, would they stay?
Yeah.
Okay.
They want to stay, but they're on a month, but they want to stay.
Yeah. I just don't think it pencils at $1,350 on a high twos.
Well, there's definitely, room for upgrade on the uptick on the rental part.
Oh, they're under renting right now?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think the market rents are?
I would say they're about $300 a month short at least.
Yeah. So it should be more like 1,600 or 1,700.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure this would be a great candidate. You're right. For cash, I'd have to be quite a bit under, because I'd come in, and it doesn't need much, but I would probably come in and redo the cabinets and counters, probably update the appliances, do some painting, the floors maybe are okay, probably a little bit of carpet or whatever. Just spruce it up, and then, but even still, by the time you pay closing costs and commissions and financing and make a profit, you're, there we are, down a lot lower.
Yeah.
I am unrepresented, so I'd let you write the offer on anything that you've got. So if you have anything else, do you have anything else that might be a good fit that I can make an offer on that's your listing?
I don't have anything that you're wanting to do. Most of the stuff that I got getting high rents and.
Oh, you're breaking up a little bit. Did you say you don't have anything right now?
I don't have anything that would fit your criteria.
Okay. Do you run across much distressed properties?
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's not as much as I used to.
Yeah, this market's pretty hot too in Raleigh.
Yeah.
Well, I am cash and I would let you represent me. So if you could save my number and if you come across something, what's great is if you could call me before you list it, maybe we could work out an offer that the seller would entertain,
Understood.
before even going.
Keep your number on file.
Yep. And I'll check back in with you from time to time to see if you got anything going on.
That's fine with me too.
Okay. If anything changes on this and they do, want to consider, like a low cash offer or a lot lower cash offer, I guess, reach back out to me. But yeah, I'm down there like where that other offer was probably.
Yeah, understood.
But definitely looking for a deal and have cash and can close quick. So, but just looking for the right type of property that I can fix up and flip.
Gotcha.
Or I'll do creative. So I will do some holding, but it's usually seller finance or take over payments or that kind of thing.
Right.
So, but that wouldn't fit for them if they're trying to 1031.
Yep.
Okay.
Right,
well, thanks for your time, Bo.
All right. Good talking to you.
Yeah, appreciate you. Take care. Talk to you soon. Okay, bye. Okay, so, we knew this was kind of a long shot because it's not that messy of a property. Makes a lot of sense now because remember when we looked this up, it showed that they own a couple of properties. So they're just trying to sell in 1031. If you don't know what 1031 is, it's where you sell a property and you roll the proceeds into a new property and then you defer taxes. So it's a way to avoid capital gains tax. If you own rental properties, that's what a lot of people like to do. So they're just looking to liquidate. They're not motivated. There's no real distress going on here. Property's okay condition. It doesn't really need much. For a buy and hold investor, they would just simply, pick up the rents where they're at or maybe move those tenants out, do a little bit of cleanup and then put new tenants back in. So not ideal for what we're looking for, but I still wanted to do it because it was a great example of just calling an agent and creating a relationship like we've been talking about in this series. If you've been watching the Watch Me Wholesale Show, you'll see that on every call, I talk about the property a little bit and see if there's anything there that we can do. Now my offer was actually way lower than his lowball offer of 225, but he made such a big deal about 225 being low that I did want to establish with him that I'm also a low offer, but there's no sense in going even lower than the one that he already shot down, right? So, but I still am trying to get my foot in the door by saying, look, I got to be a lot lower for this to work as an investor. Is there any room the seller has, or if they change their mind, or so I'm kind of setting the tone with him that for deals like this, I got to be so much lower. And I'm also trying to get him to think about contacting me in the future when he gets deals like this. And he said, I asked him at point blank, hey, do you get stuff that's distressed? He's like, yeah, from time to time. That's every agent. That's why this is so valuable. All agents at some point or another are going to come across a distressed property. And that's why you want to create those relationships. So maybe something comes of this down the road. That's the point here is calling and doing this over and over again so that you get traction in the business. Okay, so guys, if you didn't know here, be sure to check out Propwire Gold. Now, Propwire Gold is a new promo that we're doing where you get literally $300 worth of skip tracing. That's 2,500 skip traces per month for only $97 per month. So $97 a month gets you 2,500 skip traces per month. It's a phenomenal deal. Why would you not do that? And skip tracing gets you the phone number so that you can call private sellers and see if they're interested in selling their properties. So just go to propwiregold.com to sign up for that promo while we're still doing it. Guys, we're losing money doing that, but we want to get you actively using the system and actively skip tracing and doing deals. And if you have any questions or your big takeaways about what you learned on this one, leave a comment and let me know, and I'll see you on the next video.